Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, Brian. Happy Friday indeed. Man, we didn't do it last Friday.
No, we didn't. And I've been going through the withdrawals all week long. Yes.
Needed some 2 Wise Friday. Right. Yeah. Oh man, it's crazy. Like, I mean, what a week. This last week, as I'm sure it has for you, has felt like an entire month, because since we last spoke on the show, I did a Madison VR stream. I can't believe that happened. Like, we had PSVR2 day. Every day I'm waking up and there's a new Brian review. Like, happy days, man. Like, we're in the golden era again, I think, of VR.
So it's not, what you're saying is it's not obvious that I replaced myself with AI.
Wait, is this AI Brian right now? Oh my god.
There's no way to know.
No, it is getting pretty uncanny. This is pretty good, actually.
Sweet.
I'm looking to see if you grow it.
Like talking
to
a
hold your hands
real
up?
human
being. Can I look at your hands? Show me your hands.
I have 14 fingers.
Or can you... 14 fingers. Oh my god. How the... Oh my god. Yeah, keep them down for the show.
Yeah, I'll keep my pants up for the show too. You should see what's happening going on down there. Wow.
Oh my god. Oh.
It's probably,
get away, please. And let's start the show. Please, Brian,
probably
please.
A good place.
All right.
Okay, let's go. This is PSVR GamesCast Live. We film live every single Monday, Wednesday, and 2 Eyes Friday right here on YouTube. We do it live 6 p.m. Eastern for your viewing pleasure, but we also care about your oral pleasure. So we put this up on podcast services of your choice. Bro, those podcast listeners, no longer second-class citizens. They're getting that stuff like right after the fact. I mean, listen, I'm not trying to pat myself on the back here, but I'm pretty fucking awesome. My name is Brian Powell from this channel right here without Parole. And this gentleman over here to my left, your right, across the pond, it's Myles Dyer from youtube.com/Myles.
AI Brian's all right, actually. I like this with a bit of the Batman voice and stuff. It's pretty cool.
All AI Brian does is take all of the jokes that real Brian has ever said and then condenses them down into one episode and says them louder.
Great. Yeah. I dig it.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Yeah, good, man. How you doing? And hello, Game Cats. Dude, man, we're eating so well in VR. Like, it's been a good week. And like, yes, VRacer is a title that I publish, so I work on it. But I was saying this when I was playing it on MetaQuest. I took a week off work. I was in rural France, and every day by the swimming pool when my parents were hanging out with them, I was putting on the MetaQuest headset and playing VRacer because I was like, this game is so much fun. Normally, I'd always be like, I don't want to play too much of this because I'm going to play it when it comes to PSVR2. Yeah. I grinded all the bikes, and now it's out on PSVR2. I'm doing it all again, and I'm just having the best time. I'm just having the best time, man. And like hearing people having is that you know when you know this, Brian, when you're really excited about a game, not that it would change your opinion, but you just hope that other people feel the same way. And so when you do a review and you're like, I love this, and then other people are like, oh, I checked out because of your review. And yeah, it's a great time. It feels great. And it's not because you want to be proven right. Maybe it is. But it's more that you just want people to feel that same thing that you do. And when it comes to VRacer, dude, I think you were talking about it with Wes on West Day, but getting EMP pulsed is so satisfying. You know, obviously you don't want to be EMP pulsed because it's bad, but the headset rumble, dude, it's like when you get headshot in some games. You know, you don't want to get headshot, but when the headset rumble is, you're like, actually, yeah, maybe I'll try and catch another bullet in my head just so I can feel it again. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, listen, I mean, you know, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I do feel like I say this a lot. People who are on other headsets who haven't experienced PSVR 2 don't know what they're missing out on when it comes to, I think some of the, I think, yes, we had a substantial increase in graphics this generation, right? The PS5 is far more capable of delivering a great VR experience than PS4 was, even though that was pretty great. But man, until you've actually experienced the adaptive triggers for yourself, until you've actually been flying through the sky in Rush, seen the lightning crash, and then felt the thunder in your headset, you don't know what you're missing. You just don't. And I think those are kind of like the intangible things, like the things that not enough people talk about. People do I've seen videos like side by side comparisons. Like, oh, this is what the Quest 3 game looks like in the PC VR version, and over here's the PSVR2 version. But it doesn't tell the whole picture. It doesn't tell the whole story. So right? Graphics are an important part of VR because you do want to like, feel like you're there. But those videos also don't show what it's like to race in VRacer 90 native, right? Or fly in Rush on the PlayStation 5 Pro at 120 frames native, right? Again, stuff that the Quest, you can play those games on Quest, but not even remotely the same way. So
yeah,
if you're a VR gamer out there and somehow you're listening to this or watching this and you still haven't tested out PSVR2, like just go try it. Go try it because the difference in those regards are massive, and it's going to make it hard to go back. I'm not going to lie, right? It is so hard to use a Quest controller now. Pulling these triggers feels like a toy.
Yes, it does. Yep,
that's all.
You're so right. Yeah. And dude, last night I was victim to like just the greatness of these games. Like I was playing VRacer in multiplayer. It was getting to 1 a.m. I had to be up at a reasonable time, and I said, "All right, I'll do one more, and then we'll go to bed." Okay, we'll just do one more, and then I'll go to bed. Okay, I'm going to do one more, and then I'm going to do online challenge just to do it before I go to sleep. I did the online challenge, and then I was like, "Oh, people are in multiplayer. Do you want to join?" All right, I'll just go in, play. Dude, I played another 2 hours. It's ridiculous, man. That one more feeling is just absolutely crazy. But yeah, I've been doing some Let's Plays this week. I won't go through all of them just because a lot of them are games that we talked about already. So, Of Lies and Rain. The only thing I'll say about Of Lies and Rain was I wasn't blown away by the demo. I only played about half the demo, and it was bad. I was like, this is kind of cool, but it's not really resonating with me. But having like sunk 2 hours into the game, obviously most of it was the demo again. Dude, I'm having a blast, man. I love it. Slower pacing, but it was, as you were saying, it's consistently at that pace. So there's no feeling of like, oh, it's really lagging here. It's just like, no, we're just going from bit to bit, cool environments, and having a good time with it. VRacer, don't need to talk about that anymore. I then played the next day, which is quite a contrast. I played Monster House Racing VR.
Oh.
Have you played it yet?
Okay, so no. But I do want to give a quick shout out to Cussman, who on Reddit and on our Discord kind of cleared the air a little bit on this because I had thrown it into PSVR this week as like, this is probably shovelware, right? Just having seen the trailer. But it sounds like there might be something here.
So, firstly, I will say, not shovelware. I actually had a good time with it. They've actually nailed the scale. You are like in a house and you're small toys on the track and that.
Okay.
But it's it feels like a very incredibly bare bones game. And I think it's a good introduction to VR. If you got kids, I know you're not supposed to have kids in VR. It's a good way of showing them. It's cool that they can be in the headset and then you can be racing with them on the flat screen through the social screen. But dude, if this game had multiplayer, I actually think that this would be good fun. It looks decent in the headset. And not only that, the edges of the track are like barriers. You can't go off the edge. I was like, if there was a setting that you could remove the barriers, so you're playing multiplayer and you can knock each other off, that would be amazing. And then I was thinking, like, I used to love growing up Micro Machines on, like, I think the Mega Drive. And, I was thinking about how this could work. And in Micro Machines, you're going around the house, and basically the way it works for those that didn't play it, it's all top down. You're racing cars, but whoever's in first place, you dictate where the camera is. So if you get really far ahead, the camera is sort of moving towards you. And if you're in last place and you basically go out of shot, you die, and it keeps going until there's one car left and that car gets the point. And I was kind of like, you could do that in VR, but it's done like a Fortnite storm circle. So there's a circle around first place, and so you've got to stay in the area. And I was like, if they did like things like that, this game would be a recommendation for me. I think in its current form, it's an easy platinum trophy. I think it's charming. The music is awesome, but it's incredibly bare bones. And I found it surprisingly hard, actually. On the very first level, it's a short track. And if you get hit by a missile, it stops you for a very long period of time. I don't think it's really been optimized there. So, yeah, look, I'm not going to recommend this game, but I will say I had an all right time with it. And I think they've actually got the foundations of something that could be really good if they had multiplayer and other things like that, because it looks decent in the headset and the world building in it is pretty cool. So, yeah, pleasantly surprised by that, Brian.
It feels like a constant conversation that we're having over here, Myles, regarding what is shovelware and what is not shovelware. Yes. And so I think this might be an appropriate place to bring this up. If you've been keeping an eye on the news channel over on our Discord, then maybe you already know this. Maybe you're already familiar with this. But a new game popped up. Yeah, let me just bring it up right here for you guys.
Is it Abyss? Because I played it.
Oh, did you? Because I have not, but I did buy it and download it. So we'll talk about that in a second. I think Abyss is shovelware, but this game that popped up is Stunt Scooter Simulator VR, and everyone was like, oh, boy, this is probably shovelware, right?
Wait, is it a shadow drop? Is it out now?
No, it's just announced. But I looked it up. I did my due diligence, and I looked it up to track down who the developer was, because they only show the publisher name here on the PlayStation Store. It's the same, by the way. And so I looked them up. I did a little bit of research and found out that this is the same person
VRC Forge
team that made Supermarket CEO Simulator, and so which is a game that you, at this point, famously or infamously,
I've spent 20 hours in that game.
Spent 20 hours in, right? And I think we can all agree that it's not a polished game. It's not a
it's the opposite of polished. It's punishingly janky AF. Like, I shouldn't be playing it. Right. No one should be playing it. It crashes. It's got mechanics that have not been optimized, so you're wasting more hours doing something that should take a lot less. I shouldn't be playing it. I've stopped playing it. I'm staying away from it. But sorry, carry on, Brian.
But you had fun with it for 20 hours, right? And so it's a...
I think it's more reflective of just where I was in my life, Brian. But
maybe. Hopefully you've had a chance to talk to somebody and sort things out. Yeah. But the fact is that like some stuff looks like shovelware, and then you play it and you're like, okay, this was a game that was made with what good intentions behind it. Somebody who's actually trying to make something, and maybe the scope of the game was too big for them, or they just weren't a talented enough developer, and they're one person team, and they just did the best that they could, and it turned out okay, right? I think that's the difference between shovelware and what we're talking about. And so, just a heads up, though, Stunt Scooter Simulator is on other platforms. You can buy it on Switch right now on the flat screen, and it's like terrible reviews. Everyone's like 1 star. There are videos on it say don't buy this game. So I doubt that VR can save this. But there's a big difference between shovelware and that kind of stuff.
If Monster House Racing was called Mario Kart or Luigi's Mansion VR Luigi's Kart Mansion or something like that, then it'd be shovelware. I do think shovelware is all about the intention, and it's normally if they're stuffing a load of like SEO terms into their title, like what came number 10 in the top downloads again? It was Grand Rush Traffic Simulator or whatever.
Yeah. Which, by the way, as far as shovelware goes, you could do worse, right? At least there's a game there. At least there's plenty of cars to unlock, and they all control differently. Know. It's not a good game. It's not. I'm
glad we've got Retronica now, because I was like, at least we got a traffic dodging thing. But now Retronica is like, okay, now there's no question, But I'm with you, man. Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. Well, I guess I'll be playing that at some point. Before I get to. Yeah. Before I get to Abyss, Backrooms Pools Horror, which I did play yesterday, what I played today was Baseball Dreams VR.
Oh, nice.
And as someone and this is what I like about playing the American football VR games as well, is like these are sports that obviously I'm aware of and I know kind of how they work, but like it's all the nuances. So in baseball, I didn't know that you could steal bases. So without even batting, the people at the bases could just run. And stuff like that. And I didn't know what a foul was. I didn't know a foul counted as a strike, but you can't be striked out on a foul. Like it's all these things that
wow,
I was just
you learned
learning
so much. You learned so much about baseball in a very short amount of time. I'm very proud of you. I'm not even a big sports fan, but look at you. Look at you. You're so American.
I know. I should be wearing a baseball cap today. So I played it for like an hour and 40 today, and it was because I did the main campaign, and I played it on normal, and it got to a point where in the matches I would do a load of home runs, and then I would like just let them get me out so I could go on to the next one.
Yeah.
I should have played it on a harder difficulty. But then the mini games. Did you play the mini games?
Yeah, the pitching challenge and the home run derby.
How high did you go on the difficulty? Did you try the?
I tried it all, right? Because
God,
because you go oh, this is because you start off and you go, oh, this is way too easy, and and you get about 100 home runs, and you finally go, well, let me try the next highest difficulty.
Yeah,
and it's like it's just as easy, and you're like, okay, well, hold on, let me try the alien whatever it's called difficulty.
Yeah, right? Alien then Mirage. Yeah.
And they come flying across the plate, and you're like, I'm like, I didn't hit a single one. And I was like, okay, well, let me back this down a little bit. And so, like, it is nice that like it's very accommodating. It seems like there's difficulties for everybody.
You need to get 6 out of 10 of those hits to get a gold medal, and you need to do it on Mirage and Alien to get the platinum trophy. So I'm like, man, it's like I can hit the ball at that speed, but I'm not getting anywhere near it. So maybe I'll stick at it. But yeah, no, the game was cool, man. Like, I never played Tennis Dreams VR. Was it that they did on PSVR?
Oh, Dream Match Tennis.
Sorry, Dream Match Tennis. Yeah, never played that. Look, it looked good in the headset. It's simple at what it wants to be. I was describing it on my Let's Play that back in the day when it came to soccer games when I was a kid, and I'm not a massive soccer fan. I know what a fraud I am as being a British person. But you would have like Pro Evolution Soccer, which was like a smaller studio, but like the mechanics, it was like good soccer simulation in terms of the physics of playing a match. Or you played EA FIFA, which the mechanics weren't as good, but it was a simulation of like, you feel like you're at a real match because they actually had the licenses for the teams and stuff like that. And then eventually, obviously, FIFA had the funding to get the mechanics right as well, and that's why they dominate. This game feels to me that like when it comes to the mechanics, hitting the ball, the sound of it, the feel of it, that's all excellent. But in terms of the simulation of being at a match, I was waiting for that music. And it came in like after like 30 minutes. Like there's not a lot happening in the audience. It's not reflecting what's going on in the match. So it does feel very soulless. But like in terms of the sounds and how it looks and that, like it's decent. It was a good time. I will maybe play a bit more. Yeah, dude. Like I thought it was all right.
Yeah, I honestly think the only problem. Okay, so everyone who fast forwarded to the end of my Brian bite and was like 1 out of 3 pause, they're like, oh, this guy hates it. I was like, no, I don't. Actually, I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with it. And I was just like, but man, for $25, you'd expect something a little bit more, feature rich, right? Maybe like an actual campaign, right? Because the campaign they give you is just like, here's a couple of games. There you go. And there's no multiplayer, right? So you're only playing against the CPU.
That is a shame, dude. I'd love it if you. I know it'd be a lot to ask. Can you get enough players on the pitch? But I was annoyed that like I'd pitch the ball. Pitching felt good as well, and then like they hit the ball, and I look over, but then it's already changing the camera angle to that third person. It's like sometimes you just want to stand there and look at it go. And I was like, what if like we did a match where we did a game cat meetup where everyone was on the pitch? Like that would be so cool. I mean, it would be hard to get that many players, but that could be pretty fun, right? I don't know. Yeah.
No, I think so. So anyway, it just feels a little overpriced for what it is right now. Honestly, if this game was $10, I'd be like, everybody go pick it up and show support for it. Maybe even 15, right? But 25, it's asking so much for it, but feels like a very, very good tech demo.
Yeah. If it was $9.99 or something, I'd be like, yeah. If you're into baseball, like give it a try. And it's the only one on the block at the moment.
Yeah. Looper in the chat reminds us that Dream Match Tennis added a full-blown campaign called World Tour later down the road, and they also implemented multiplayer. It didn't launch with multiplayer, right. And so I definitely think that that's probably on their roadmap, and hopefully they start telling us what else is on that roadmap at some point too.
That's cool.
Okay, let's get this over with. Tell me about Abyss Backrooms Pools Horror. Is that what it's called?
Backrooms, pools, horror VR.
I can't wait.
Nah, you can wait. I mean, the trophies are broken, so the only like redeeming factor is that there's a platinum trophy that's probably going to be quite easy. This is by the guys that did the stairwell horror game.
Yeah, which was amazing. Obviously, you like running the little smiling PNGs just floating in the air, and that was the extent of the horror.
Do you know what I described it on my Let's Play? Someone quoted me, and I thought actually that was pretty good. I called it the NASCAR racing of horror games because you're literally going right. That's. I mean, I know it's left in NASCAR, but yeah, it's kind of like that. So at least the Pools VR, this Pools VR comes out in a couple of weeks. So this is Shovelware 101. They got it in there beforehand. It was like the old. We were going to see. Was it Space Intruder before Among Us came out? VR. We saw it was going to come out. You see it all. Yeah, man.
Space
okay, so to
game. Yeah.
To summarize this very quickly, I completed the game in 15 minutes. I didn't see one monster on it. I have gone back and seen the monsters since. They're pretty freaky and weird. There is nothing redeeming about this game. Like the water looks nice, but like it is just shovelware, pure and simple. I completed it in 15 minutes. I think I chose English to begin with, and then the menu was Italian, and then I put it back to English, and then there was other languages. Like this is like it's not even minimal effort. It's like minus. What is the opposite of effort? They've somehow done the opposite of effort. I don't know. It's just like the trophies don't work. You don't have hands. The controls are janky AF. This is, like an absolute disgrace. This should not be on the store. And I know I say that about a lot of shovelware. There's a lot of shovelware that you go, yeah, it's not great, but fair enough. Yeah. And do you know that Duck Hunt VR's had its name changed?
Yeah, is it a Duck Shooter or something?
Duck Shooter.
Yeah, I had to change my review. I had to go and change the title as a previously Duck Hunt, now called Duck Shooter. Yep.
Yeah. So just stay away from this, guys. And some people do get angry, going, Myles, why do you give this stuff coverage? You know this as well, Brian, when you do coverage of these games. You get a lot of views, and it's because people do see it on the store, and naturally they're like, because it's not a game a lot of people would cover, they just want to know, like, what is it? It's on the PlayStation Store. This is, you're going to complete in 10, 15 minutes, and there's nothing redeeming or interesting about it at all. It's a complete waste of time. Don't play it. If anyone had any other thoughts about it.
And just a heads up, Myles has a good reputation of getting stuff taken off the PlayStation Store. So if you ever are gonna want to buy this, like, go buy it now, because you may never be able to buy it again.
But the trophies don't work. That's the shame.
Hey, listen. I'm just saying that I'm a little bit upset that I did not buy Run or Die before you got all of those Midnight Works games taken off the store. That's all I'm saying. I don't know what
you're talking about.
That's all I'm saying. Or Chris Payne Hero. Real upset.
But PlayStation now do accept reviews even when you say on the review on the PlayStation Store, this is shovelware. How did PlayStation put it here? And it's gone through moderation, and then they put it on the store. So now they're like, yeah, we'll just take the hit.
They don't care. Yeah, that's fine. Listen, real quick before we get into these tips, and there's a lot of them, so thank you guys so much for your support. I want to say thank you for your support because at the end of Wednesday's show, first of all, the end of Wednesday's show, right? Not even at the beginning when everyone's like actually paying attention and still awake, right? Most people had tuned out by then. I had mentioned that I want to make a bigger push for Patreon support, that I want to keep doing this as long as I can, that, my financial situation right now isn't great. And so, basically it was like, if anybody out there, if we can get 1,000 of you to give $1 a month, that'd be amazing. It was just crazy to wake up the next day and see, like, I don't know, 10, 12 notifications from people who were either already Patreon supporters and up their Patreon pledge, or people that were brand new and said, hey, I've been watching you for so long. It's time to support you. I just want to say thank you. That stuff does not go unnoticed, and I really do appreciate everyone. And it's really tough for me because you see all of the content I'm putting on the channel, right? You see the reviews in PSVR this week, in 3 GAMESCAST every week, right? Every minute of every day is spent either playing a game or writing a script or editing a review or doing something for you guys. And so there's no time left to put something on Patreon exclusively, for people who it's literally a place where you can you say, hey, thank you. Maybe you get your name scrolling across the bottom of the screen, something like that. So it's if you support me on Patreon, I just have to say thank you, because I don't have any more time in my day, in my life, in my week, in my month to give you something exclusive, and that's something I'd like to change and figure out. But anyway, I just want to say thank you, because I expected that to fall on deaf ears, and the fact that anybody did anything when they heard that means a lot to me. And now we just need like 990 more of you to do it. So anyway, I love you guys, and I just wanted to say that at the beginning of the show instead of the end this time.
That's awesome, Brian. And I would actually just say, and by the way, this is not to discourage, and I know with super chats and stuff like that, Patreon, when it comes to like the cut you get as well, Google takes a massive cut when it comes to super chats and that. And so I would say that, like, for people that are regular contributors and super chats, I would say do it through Patreon, because then Brian will get more of it. And I'm just saying that in defense of him, because yeah, Brian works tirelessly. We were saying actually just before the show, super proud of him with all the reviews and stuff. Like, he's fucking crushing it. And yeah, this community is amazing. And actually, just because I haven't actually had a chance to say it, it's fucking crazy what a week it's been with PSVR2 day and stuff. But I've been very behind the scenes with PSVR2 day. I just want to say a massive thank you for the love and support with that day. It really was like, I was on a Google Meets internally with Flat VR Studios and Impact Reality, and just hearing developers and their thoughts, seeing the chat, they were just like, fucking love this community. Like, I was a nervous wreck as it was live streaming, because it'd been weeks and weeks of work, and not everyone's going to be happy with everything, but like, it was just complete and utter positivity. And we took a decision that we didn't want it to be a PSVR2 day where it was just showing trailers. Like, there are times and places for that, and that's good. For us, it was, we just want the devs. I was getting the devs, getting people to speak directly to the community, and to see the response and the positivity. It was such a buzz, and I thought I was going to finally relax at the end of the live stream. Halfway through, I started smiling, because I was like, this is why we do what we do. And so yeah, a massive thanks to Brian for that partnership with it, and a massive love to the community, and especially with the support that's been gone to all the wish listing. We've seen it on the back end. The wish listing on all our games is through the roof, and hopefully that's also going to happen with other games, because people understand how much it can help developers and that. So I just want to say, yeah, massive thank you.
Yep. And honestly, yeah, this has been such a great week. Such a great week. You know, like, sometimes we feel like we're, you know, just dragging an anchor through the desert or something like that. We're just keeping this thing fucking alive, and just oh, we got this. And you know, and it's just like, what are we fucking doing this for? What's the end goal? Like, I don't see anything on the horizon. Like, what are we doing? Right. And I really feel like that there was just so much love this week, so much love in the chat, in the live chat, and so much appreciation for everything, for Flat VR and Without Parole, and you know, and I have so much appreciation that goes right back to you guys, and so do they. It just felt so good, and like, really, like, if I needed a reminder as to why I do this, like, I got it this week, right? And it like, you know, and so sometimes you guys are the ones dragging me like through the desert. Like, come on, Brian, you got this. Come on, you just we're just gonna pull him. Like, it's so thank you. It's a very reciprocal relationship, I think, that we have. So that's it. Yeah, and listen, I know that a lot of people are very, very concerned about the cut that YouTube takes, or the cut that versus the cut that Patreon takes. All of you appreciate any way that you want to support is totally appreciated. I am, you know, the tips are great. Always keeps the show energy going, like, where we can cut away from what we were talking about to talk about whatever you want to talk about. I love that. But it's really like the fact that you're supporting the channel at all, I'm just eternally grateful for. So thank you, everybody. And speaking of which, Myles, let's hit up some of these tips.
Hell yeah, we got just a couple, I think.
Just a couple. And actually, we'll start off with No Man is an Island. Thank you so much. He joined the membership. He's level 1. Thank you for that.
Hey.
GameCato with the level 3 membership says, I had 3 weeks off gaming, but came back this week to so many new games. OMG, VRacer and Rush are so goddamn fun. VRacer is finally my favorite hypersonic racer ever since Extreme G on the N64. Love it. It's pretty good. I think AJ would probably say since Jet Moto, I think.
Yeah, I'm sure Francois from Vertex Breakers won't mind me saying this because he DM'd me a couple of nights ago on Slack where we work, and he just basically said to me pretty much along the lines of, seeing all this response has made all the hard work we've put into this game totally worth it. Like, he's so blown away, and he just showed some tweets. There was someone that said, like, some of the features are even more immersive than Gran Turismo, I think 7, when he was talking about like the haptics and stuff like that. Like, these guys have worked on it for so long, and again, it was kind of what was trying to be communicated in PSVR 2 days, to connect the gamers with the devs, with the publishers, everyone, of like, we all fucking love VR. And so reading comments like this, developers do pay notice, and it really does drive them to keep going in an industry that is difficult. And we're all trying to prove the thing that we all believe in, which is VR is an inevitable future. It's the future of gaming for sure.
Welcome back, GameCato. 3 weeks off. What a great week to come back on.
Hell yeah.
There we go. Machiavelli 484 with the $5 tip says, "Hey Brian, hey Myles, happy Friday."
Hey.
Spelled it wrong. Didn't spell it with 2 Y's. Enjoying the big 3 game releases this week. Brian, your reviews are spot on. Thanks. Very happy to hear that. As Myles was saying earlier, when people end up loving the thing that you love,
yes.
it's so validating to a certain extent. Again, not because you just want to be proven right, but because, like, when I was gushing about Of Lies and Rain, I was like, man, I loved this. This was such a unique experience, and I enjoyed it from beginning to end. And I was like, but I can totally see how maybe, like, not everybody would. And then I've just been watching on our Discord, like people like Rachel and people like, fuck man, I thought I had a list of names in my head, but I don't. But it's so reassuring to see people in the community being like, I am loving this. Pete, I know Pete's loving it right now, and people are posting little videos and everything else, and just showing where they are in the game or what puzzle they're struggling with or whatever. And I'm just thrilled. I'm just thrilled that people are enjoying it. And man, what a time! Like, this is. I think I might have said this on the last episode, but like, it's really easy to kind of get into a funk when you got to play like kind of crappy game after crappy game, right? Or like even average game. Right? It's like, bro, can we just get something fun and exciting and something that like really like, makes you fall in love with gaming again? And like every game I've had to play for the last week or two, even going back to Sweet Surrender, which was like, not amazing, but fun. They were all fun, and they all reminded me why I love gaming, right? And so I am just thrilled that I feel like we're on such a high right now, and I don't see that going away anytime soon. All the other games that are coming out, I'm so excited for. The ones that I've been playing, the ones that I haven't been playing, waiting to play, all that. We're in a very good place, I think.
And I think it was a couple of weeks ago on one of the other shows with AJ or Wes, you were talking about like, how is the end of 2025 going to be compared to the end of 2024? And this was before a lot of these games that we knew were coming were announced and that. And I still think, I'm not entirely sure, but like, because I think there are games that we still are to be surprised by, hopefully. And obviously the games that are announced, we hope all knock it out of the park. But the energy feels there going into November. Like, November's going to be a good month, and it'll be good to see. I mean, I think worst case scenario, we go into December with not many new releases, but maybe we get some great sales and discounts, meaning people get to spend a time digging into games that have long been out, but you just haven't had the time to check out yet. So as an overall collection, it'll be a good end of the year, I think, for everyone.
Yeah, man. Like, I think since we talked about that, Thief got a release date suddenly, RoboQuest suddenly got a release date, Shadowgate suddenly got a release date. It's pretty incredible. We are having a stellar end of year. And we're gonna talk a little bit about next year soon. I thought it was gonna be really fun to kind of get like remove ourselves from the middle of the chaos that we're in and sort of just like just take your brain and go put it into next year for a second, where things, I don't know, man. I thought things were peaceful next year, and then the more I looked into it, the more I realized 2026 already has a ton of games I'm like super excited for. So anyway, it just doesn't seem like it's ever going to end, which is great. Shout out to GameCato again with the 10 without parole gift memberships. The generosity never ends with this one. Thank you so much, my friend. DeadRegger28 with a $5 tip says, we had a great time in multiplayer with you and the cats the last few days. Thumbnail topic, how many 2025 games did we know about by December 2024? That's interesting. How many 2025 games do we know about November 2020? Man, we have to go. That would be a lot of research. I'm not sure how we figure it out, but
probably not a lot. I reckon it'd be similar to what we know now, which is like we know stuff coming in the future, but like, you know, like maybe 10. Well, maybe 10 titles of like any real significance, and that doesn't necessarily mean big games either.
I think, you know what, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to probably be proven wrong very quickly. I feel like the games we knew about last year at this time for this year, and also the games we know about next year right now, are all games that just got fucking delayed out of their original release window, right?
Yes.
We only know about them because they should have been out by now.
Right.
So, which isn't the worst thing ever.
Out of sight comes to mind.
Outside does come to mind.
Outside VR. Yeah.
Thank you for the tip, Dead Ringer. It is absolute blast playing with you and the Little Ringers. Ace Gamer with the 1337 says, Friend at Court allowed us speed junkies to vote in an incredible multiplayer lineup this weekend. Rush Apex Edition on Saturday and VRacer Hoverbike on Sunday.
Hell yeah.
What more could you ask for? Dude, I'm actually really excited because when a game comes out, you don't expect everyone to jump on it right away and buy it day one or within the first couple days. And so when these polls went up, like what games are we going to play for the Saturday and Sunday multiplayer games, I was like, there's no way enough people bought these on day one for these to be the games that we're playing this weekend. But man, they crushed it. So well done, everybody, picking up awesome games and then voting in the Discord poll and choosing. Again, it was Rush on Saturday and VRacer on Sunday. So if you picked up those games, make sure you're part of our Discord and come play with us on Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern and Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern. Is that the right time? 2 p.m. Eastern? Why did my brain just fry? Is it 3 p.m. Eastern? I don't know. Watch PSVR this week.
And I will just say, like, for us as a company, we're looking at, you know, the top downloads chart that's done every month on the PlayStation blog. Currently on the top downloads, obviously you exclude free games and hybrid games. VRacer is number 10. So obviously that's over a certain period. That doesn't mean just for November. Yep. So like, and in terms of the sales, I think that we've got a real shot of this being our first game that's going to hit the top 10. And the amount of reviews, I think we've got more ratings and a higher score than all the PSVR2 games that came out in September. November, we're the highest rated. We've got less ratings than Of Lies and Rain. Another great game, though. So this isn't like... You should be rating all the games. Keep rating all the PSVR2 games because we want them all to like do well in comparison to flat screen games. But yeah, just incredible stuff.
Here, we'll do a couple more and then we'll get into our topic here. Kill Artist 1, the Dreamweaver Game Cat, says, who else is psyched about the two awesome games for this weekend multiplayer meetup? I'm going to try my best to make both days. I gotta be honest. I am terrible at making the meetups, but I have been having a blast playing these. Like, you know, anytime somebody posts in the general chat in the Discord and said, "Who wants to play?" You know, or we try to schedule something for like, you know, like, hey, anyone around in 10 minutes? Anyone? I've jumped into both games a couple times over the last 2 days. And so I'm going to do my absolute best to be there for the big events this Saturday and Sunday.
Same as. I actually, the reason I didn't do a Let's Play of Rush VR this week was because I was waiting till Saturday. And I'm glad that Saturday is actually going to be meetup day. So I was waiting to do it as a chance to have multiplayer. So yeah, I was about to ask what time it is again. We've already talked about it, but yeah, maybe that's when I'll do my Let's Play.
That'd be pretty cool. Maybe I'll try to get onto Myles' live stream. A little extra exposure for my channel. Game Cato with the Australian $50 tip says, this 50 is only for AI Brian Paul, not the real Brian Paul. Just supporting my fellow AI influencers. Jesus.
Well, he needs to buy those gloves that have the 14 finger slots on it, and they're not cheap.
In the underwear with the multiple slots. Anyway, thank you for the generosity. You know, that's a massive tip, so we're just going to leave that one right there on the screen, and we will get back to the rest of the tips.
Tips.
Reservoir tips.
Multiple tips. Anyway, sorry.
Myles, we haven't even gotten to either topic of the show.
Who cares?
Good. I mean, listen, like I hope no one here cares, right? We only need headlines and thumbnails in order to put a show on, right?
That's it.
I don't think we care that much about addressing those topics once we actually start the show. So hopefully everyone is here for the ride.
We're all just feeling good about VR at the moment, man. Like, it's just a happy week. Lots to talk about. It's been good. Good. But yeah, let's hit the topics, Brian. Let's do it.
All right, cool. Well, then I'm going to bring up. If you want to go into the PlayStation Store and follow along with me, Myles, I'm gonna go under all deals, and we're not gonna spend a ton of time on this. I don't like when we spend an hour on what games are on sale. And actually, if you want a link here, Myles, I think I'll just send this right your way. That's what I'm looking at here. Hopefully,
because I want to look at the US one. So I have the US dollars, not this UK GBP, whatever the
no one knows.
Use.
Yeah,
I know, it's weird, man. This is great,
dude. The number of times I use other people's links from Discord, and then I go to open up my own store page on my PC, and it's like everything's in Canadian or pounds or Australian. I'm like, Jesus, I blame all of you. All right. So let's see. What do we have here? We've got. There are 3 sales going on. I think there's the PlayStation Indie sale, the November sale, and games under $20 sale. They're all happening simultaneously. They all end of day November 20th. So they say it ends on the 21st, but you only have through the 20th to buy them. And we have 115 results. So Myles, we're gonna kind of leapfrog. You and we're gonna bounce back and forth as we go through this, and we'll each just kind of pick one, and then you pick the next one, pick the next one, pick the next one. Get what I'm saying? And I have no qualms about starting this off with Arcanage, because a game that is 100% a contender for Game of the Year. It is 40% off. If you somehow been holding off, $24, just an amazing deal. Yeah, somehow this came out in January, and somehow I think it's still a contender.
That's a good one. This wouldn't be a nomination of mine. It makes me want to go back and check it out. But Vertigo 2 at $8.99 is a big discount, 70% off. Yep. I just need to go back to it and see how it plays now. I know it's just had a rough time, and you haven't been to it any time recently since launch.
As far as I know, if I remember correctly, it is the bugs have been all sorted out. It should play fine from beginning to end now. But if you don't have a Pro, it has some really rough frame rates, and if you have a Pro, there are some areas that still have rough frame rates, just not nearly as frequently. And for whatever reason, they just never really brought proper haptics and adaptive trigger support to this game, and so it feels kind of underwhelming. However, it is a fantastic adventure, and you should play it, especially for this price. You should definitely play through it.
$8.99. Okay. Well, the one I was going to go to, and I'll just move on to it because it's right next to it, and then I'll throw it back to you. Madison VR, and like now as I live stream more and more of it, I feel less embarrassed to recommend something that I've not played that much of. I'm halfway through the game now. I'm actually moving into the third quarter, which is the one quarter of the game I know absolutely nothing about. So I'm going into really blind in that. But like for $22.74, I mean, Madison VR is one of the most immersive experiences ever. There's a reason horror works in VR. It's because you can't you get scared because it feels so real. Like, you can't fake it. And Madison VR is a must-play experience. It's just absolutely incredible. And actually, having played it again properly, they've got all the tutorials on the main menu now to do with the janky inventory system. They've definitely improved a lot there. I think it works a lot better now. So, yeah. I mean, it's still a bit janky and a bit like, feels a bit like it could be more modernized and made more intuitive, but it definitely feels a lot better than I remember it when I first played it. So yeah, Madison VR would be my one there.
Metal Game Cat Solid Fritz in the chat said, I played Vertigo 2 and had no bugs and no frame rate issues at all. Please, for the love of God, Fritz, tell me you were on the Pro. Because there's some really obvious stuff when you're not on the Pro in some very conspicuous areas. But the whole like World War II, I don't want to fucking spoil stuff, but like when you're on the big battlefield, that whole World War II section, that for me, even on the Pro, that was stuttery. So please let me know which console you're using. I think it goes without saying that, Resident Evils are always a good deal. But I've seen Village by itself for just $10. And so just, do that when that happens. And of course, Hitman World of Assassination, usually $100 for the deluxe bundle here, with every single, basically 3 AAA games all condensed into one. Just incredible on PSVR2. $45. Do we know if the deluxe edition includes the $10 upgrade pack or VR pack?
Dude, the amount of Reddit posts I've seen with people doing all these like maps, like the meme of the guy pointing at the whiteboard with all the lines and that of like, if you buy this, this is your path, you should buy this version. It's the most ridiculous thing ever. So I have no idea.
All right, Fritz, I'm super confused then. Fritz says that he's playing on his base PS5. I don't know what's going on. I guess I should fucking boot it back up and see what's going on.
Do we need to mention Moss for AJ?
Yes, 100%. Yeah. I mean, listen, you got to remember that when these games came out, when Moss 1 first came out, it was $30. When Moss 2 first came out, it was $40. Those games are $70 if you had bought them each at launch. Here we get the PSVR 2 versions of them, which of course, the MSRP has come down since then and they've become cheaper games, but they're bundled together for less than the price of one of them ever was. So for $22. Oh, save 5% more. You can save 5% more if you have Plus. Yeah, absolutely. All right, what do you got next?
I feel like we're not going to go through all of them, but Crossfire Sierra Squad for $17.99. If you've never played this, I saw someone. I was asking on X earlier today, like, what's everyone playing for the weekend? And someone said Crossfire, and I was like,
nice.
I haven't played it in a very long time, but that was so much fun. And if you've not played it, like, so much content. I love that you can play the game in one of two ways. You can play it in like arcade mode where everyone's bullet sponges, or you can play it like realism, like one headshot takes them down. But for $17.99 and all that content, I think it's definitely worth getting.
And like I think we can. It's not an issue for us to spend a little extra time on this first page because this first page is really, really good.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna go to bat for something I don't think anybody thinks I should go to bat for, and that's Cave Crave. Cave Crave, dude.
I was gonna. Yeah,
it's so strange that I'm even talking about this, but man, they got the new updates on the way. The stuff with all the climbing, which is completely outside of a cave. It's like, it looks like you're climbing outside of a mountain. I'll show some footage of that on PSVR this week tonight when that airs
this week.
And so when that update comes, it's going to be all about like trying to beat your own times and your friends' times, and kind of creates this completely separate game mode, but also the new horror map. That they keep calling Lovecraftian inspired it looks terrifying. So they are delivering on their promise, being like, hey, we're going to release this kind of budget game and we're just going to keep adding and adding and adding to it. So I think it's a unique experience that would not work on the flat screen, and I'm really, really happy we have it in VR.
Yeah, that was going to be my next one. So glad you said it. Oh my God, sorry. Flight Simulator Delivery 2025 VR.
Don't do it. No.
Underdogs. I don't actually have a price under it. It just says game trial on mine. What does it have anything?
Are you logged in?
Yeah, I'm logged in. Is that?
Yeah. You've got. I log out for this stuff so that it always shows me the price. It is $17.99. It's 40% off instead of its regular. Bro, $30.
I had a really good time with this, man. Like, I think for that, it's good. I get it. It's for some people, it's not going to resonate. I was really impressed with the haptics, and for me, it's the best mech VR game I've played on any platform. Like even thinking of PSVR games and that, and obviously, what was the last Mech Warrior game we had on PSVR2? Was it called Hot? No.
Are you talking about Hot Shots?
Hot Shots, yeah, that was it. Yeah, Underdogs is far superior. But yeah,
this just reminds me of the $30 price tag that it usually is. Like developers are saying, "Oh, it didn't sell very well on PSVR2." And I was like, "That's a steep price, I think, for Underdogs. I think it would have been much more comfortable at 20, 25. But here it is. It's below 20. So if you're thinking about buying it, I think this is the right price for it. Yeah.
Also, Synthrider's Complete Music Edition, $101.99 discounted. that's a. I mean, look, I'm not here to say the music's not, but that's a steep. That's not a discount to get you over the line.
No.
Like if you want to get them over the line, you want to get it under $100 to like at least $99.99. They've cut it down from $119.99 to $101.99. That feels like a discount that was not worth doing at all. Don't you agree?
Yeah, for sure. Listen, it's a significant discount, right? But it doesn't change anything in my head about it. That's for sure.
No.
Also, real quick, Niles Ryan reminds us in the chat that Underdogs still doesn't have multiplayer. That has not come yet. So
is it on other platforms? Do they have, or is it they've not added it at all?
I don't think they've added it at all. No. Also, it's not called Hot Shots. That's the golf game. It's Big Shots.
Wasn't Hot Shot. Big Shot. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. Real quick before we move on to the next page, Into the Radius. Listen, still, just a game I didn't think I was going to like at all, and it's fantastic. Like less than $20. Saves 6% more with Plus, so 40% off. So it was I can't do math. I don't know, but it's less than $20. I think Into the Radius is fantastic, and it got even better since my launch review. So highly recommend.
Cool. Red Matter 10.99. Just a quick shout out. Yeah. Yep. Definitely.
Yep. I was going to say the exact same thing.
They don't do a bundle. No bundle. Yeah.
I think they have or haven't they? I don't know.
Yeah, they have in the past. I'm pretty sure they have. Yeah.
Yeah. Real quick, Happy Funland. That's been updated since my review as well, and even though I think there's like some issues with it, for $7.50, it's time to pounce, man. I think didn't this game launch at like $20 or $30 or something, and now now the retail is $15 and it's on sale for half of that. I mean, come on, they're practically giving it away at this point.
Oh my god, the Synth Riders bundle is here again.
Oh, this is the one that includes the game? Is that what the difference is?
Maybe. So it's like it's discounted to $110.49. I'm sorry. That just tickles me so much.
Right. And we're definitely not saying it's not worth it, right? Because like there are people who spend hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours with Synth Riders, right? So if you think you're gonna do that, like fucking pick it up, go for it.
Yeah,
but it is really funny to see that. Yep.
Yeah.
What is this, a Switch 2 game? Sorry.
Oh yeah. No, I was gonna say Green Hell VR at $9.99.
Yep.
To be honest, I had fun playing it co-op. We just didn't stick around with it a lot. There was still some janky stuff in there, but I don't know. It seems to be doing well on MetaQuest, so I assume that it's with people that like it on PSVR2, it would be doing the same. So that's kind of interesting.
For $10, man. For $10, definitely.
Yeah.
And 5% more savings if you have Plus.
Yeah, I'm looking down here at Kill It With Fire, $3.74. For me, that's a steal. Like,
yeah.
Kill It With Fire is a fun time, man. I actually think the opening levels are the scariest because you're actually in a house. Later on, it just gets a bit more out there.
I agree, and I think the bigger areas were less exciting.
Yes,
and I think the novelty of the concept wore off by the end of the game. But yeah, I mean, man, you're gonna get your $3 worth, big time.
Yeah.
There's Big Shots for $7, even cheaper with Plus, which is like, it's fine. AJ and I spent, I think, 3 hours in it together, and I just don't think I'm ever going to go back to it. But honestly, for $7 for 3 hours, not bad.
I just found that it didn't go anywhere. it was just like I'm doing more of the same. There was no real sense of momentum in the progression system.
I feel like some games are
Dude.
designed as roguelites because they had a vision for a fun roguelite. Big
Yes.
Shots to me feels like a roguelite that they made into a roguelite just because they just
Right.
didn't, maybe they ran out of money or like weren't able to create like a full campaign type thing. Like, they're like, well,
Yeah.
we're just going to make them play the same stuff over and over again. And I was like, that doesn't feel right. It's okay.
As the chat's saying, be haptic support, yay. No platinum support, meh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
System Critical 2 is 99 cents. I mean,
Ooh, it's $1.
I had an all right time with it. I thought it felt like quite arcadey. I actually kind of like the platforming sections. 99 cents. I mean, if you want a Mega Man style game in VR, definitely has its issues, but for 99 cents, I think it's a fun time and an easy plat. So yeah.
I mean, and a smart move to ramp up for System Critical too, right?
That's true.
Be like, oh, hey, I was always curious about this, but it was always too expensive, right? Wasn't it like $20 at one point, and now it's $10, and now it's $1. And so it's like, sell your old game cheap in order to promote your new game. It's a good idea.
I'm just going to say Mutant Boxing League. I wouldn't normally mention this on this list, but because it's now at a price that I think should have been what it was at launch, more so than what it was. I felt it was a good game. I just thought it was too high priced to recommend. I've 1836 is probably a bit closer to where it should have been at its regular price. Would you agree?
Yeah, I think it actually launched at like 35 or something, and
God,
and then they were like, "Oh, sorry, we screwed up," and then they made it like 25 or something, and then I feel like this is kind of where it should be, and hopefully they'll see a sales spike here, and then just drop the price down to this for its regular price. I see Scott in the chat going to bat for not for broadcast for $5, and it is I have not completed this game, but it tells a very interesting story.
Back to it.
It's not. I've never played anything quite like it. It feels sort of like a more interactive Night Trap to some degree, and I think a more fun Night Trap, to be honest with you. It's $5, can't go wrong. It's huge though. I mean, if you've got limited space on your hard drive, go fucking forget about it. It's a lot of video.
Yeah. Good shout.
All right. Stay away from Critical Strike Shooter VR. This is rough. It is rough.
I've actually got that for my Let's Play next week, so I've bought it.
Man, I don't know what happened to my Brian bite, because I played enough to do a Brian bite on it, that's for sure. And it was rough. Like, I mean, you walk forward and the gun starts falling behind you, and then you're like, wait, then you go to grab your gun, it's not there, and you go find it stuck in a door somewhere. The crazy part is that it looks really good until you take a single step forward. It's a nice looking game, but the frame rate is garbage. Anyway.
Quick one, Toy Trains VR Infinite Loop update, $2.99. It's a cute game. It's a cute game. All I would say is just look at. Did you do a review of it, Brian?
I did.
Yeah, look at Brian's review. I've done a Let's Play, or just look at any trailer. You'll get a sense straight away if it's the kind of game for you, and if you think, it looks kind of cute, I wouldn't mind giving this a go. $2.99, I think, is a no-brainer for that, and it's a platinum trophy as well.
Yeah, a lot of content was added after my review, and obviously the price has come really far down by comparison. So I think this is one that for $3, why not go for it? The big question, though, Myles, of course, is Supermarket CEO Simulator worth $7.79?
I mean, I definitely got my money's worth from it. But I can't recommend it, because even though I'm literally being a hypocrite, I can't recommend it even though I've played 20 hours into it. It's too broken, guys. It's too broken. Yeah. I wish they'd fix it and then it'd be a decent game.
There's other stuff here that I would love to talk about, but not when there's VR Skater sitting right here, front and center for $7. It is one of my favorite PSVR2 games. I am so unhappy where it landed in our from our top 30 debate. I am not thrilled with where it landed, which is why I want to make a video of all my favorite PSVR2 games for December. and I think VR Skater will be in my top 10. That is how much I like VR Skater.
I think it was in my top 15, maybe a top 10 actually. Yeah, I think it's one of the best. It's one of those games that it's like, this is what VR was for. Do you know what I mean? They absolutely nailed it. That's a great one. Having a look here.
I think we can go to the next page.
Scrolling down a little bit. What's the V Skater Pro bundle? Oh, is that with the DLC? Okay.
Yeah, and okay. Honestly, it's fine. The DLC is fine. I know some people love it. It's not really for me. But something that practically doubles the game price. I'm like, listen, I just want people to get their feet wet. I want them to get into it and just and buy the game because it's so cheap, and then they can fall in love with it, and then maybe buy the DLC later once they know it's something that they want.
Ragnarok. Ragnarok, I always bat for. The thing I always want to play multiplayer, and I love that Ragnarok is by the guys that did Propagation. It's that's what blows my mind about developers, how they can do two totally different things. Because you just get in your head, like, if you're going to do Propagation, okay, they're people that get horror and that is their thing, and it's like, no, brilliant game designers can do a good music rhythm game where you're Vikings. And then do that as well. But yeah, Ragnarok, I had a good time. It has some really good metal track bundles, but you do have to pay extra for them.
Those games couldn't be any more different. It's crazy.
Yeah. Just want to say Space Explorer brackets PSVR2 for $199. Stay away from this, please. Stay well away. I don't know if there was a platinum. Even so, don't do it.
Don't care. Not even a little bit.
Gazlers, man. $4.99. I enjoyed Gazlers. Did you? Was it AJ? He didn't. I don't know.
I gave it
Gazlers.
I gave it a rough review. But the thing is I played it long after I had to. I played enough for my review after a couple hours.
Right.
And I just kept going back to it and back to it and back to it. And I think the reason that I didn't like it, or I didn't love, I didn't love it, is because it didn't go anywhere. Right? It's like,
yes,
it's almost like they dangle a promise of something, on the end of a string, and you feel like you're going for it, and then they never deliver, and it's fine. It's a fun little rail shooter, but don't.
You're gonna get your $5 worth from it, though.
Yes. Yeah. Well said.
It's fun. Yeah, but no, you're right on that, man. I agree.
Listen, it needs way more. It needs way more environments, way more levels, way more bosses, all sorts of that stuff. But it is still fun. It is still fun.
How about Horror Adventure? $1.99.
Do you know I've still never played this on PSVR 2. I reviewed it on PSVR 1. Still never played the PSVR 2 version.
Got the platinum trophy on it. That was good. Yep.
Damn. I'll say Retropolis 2 was great.
Oh, dude. Yeah, dude, I love that game. I actually loved it. I was really blown away by it. Good platinum trophy as well.
Nice.
Some of those like point and click adventures, you get stuck on stuff in a frustrating way of like, I'm wasting my time on here. This game didn't need any guides or anything. Like, it's all very intuitive. And I thought the characters were great. It looks good in the headset. I love the style. I think for $6, if you like point and click adventures and you want to experience one in VR, get this. $6, absolutely. Yeah, I'm a little bummed we never got the first game, but I think they do an excellent job at the beginning of telling you everything you need to know in a very creative way. And plus, I think this launched at like 25 or something, and then they dropped the price to 10, and here we are, 30% off that. Pretty crazy deal. All right, let's go to the last page. Well, I was just going to say, Games with T in the chat has just said, I cannot recommend... Oh, I thought he said he couldn't recommend enough. He says, I cannot recommend Mecha Party. I was just about to say, Mecha Party, I still haven't played, and we were going to talk about playing it multiplayer together. I need to do a Let's Play of it.
Yeah.
But it's $7.99.
And I will play with you. Me and Rypop and Tatum, we've all been talking about getting in and playing that, because it looks nice in the headset. It does. For the 5 minutes that I jumped in and checked it out, I think it runs at 90 Nave. It looks really sharp, but I'm like, I don't know. This feels like a game that until I played the multiplayer, I don't know. And I trust Reese. It probably sucks, but I'll have my own opinion soon enough. Ooh, this page doesn't look so good.
Oh, horror adventure zombie edition for $1.99. Stay well away. Stay well away. Yeah.
It is so much worse than horror adventure. I don't want to recommend anything on this last page.
I would just say, I don't know, man. Dropship Commander, like, it's a very simple game, but if you used to like those Lunar Lander games, it's a decent one. It's kind of cool doing it in VR. And for $3, again, check out reviews and gameplay if you think, oh, this kind of looks cool. It's got an addictive mechanic to it. Like it's tough. It's a frustrating game, but it's kind of satisfying.
And you know what? If we're going to go down the strange games route, I will say that Reggie also brought us D-Day Enhanced, and it's only $2. It's even less than $2 if you have Plus.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's one of those things that for $1.50, $2, whatever, just buy it, download it, put it in, like leave it on your hard drive, and then one of these days it'll be the Saturday or Sunday multiplayer game, right? And we'll get 30, 40 game cats playing all on the battlefield at the same time. You'll play it for 2 hours, and you may never play it again, but you will get your $2 worth out of it. I honestly think that's that kind of game. Just saying.
Can I also just say on this final page, we've got Clean Sheet Soccer Ultimate Edition. Yeah. When I Let's Played this, I was like, this is expensive. And then you're in the game and there's all these like promised DLCs that you have to buy extra. So the fact that the Ultimate Edition is basically got the stuff that you get, I think you get in the base game on the Meta Quest, and it's $30, I think is criminal. I think, I'm not going to say a scam because it is offering stuff. And I think it's aimed at people that are actually training to be sports athletes. But if you're talking about a mass market of VR gamers, this is not the price. So yeah, I just wanted to say that.
A perky PSVR2 game cat in the chat says, Compound and Genotype never seem to go on sale. Let me tell you something. Buy those games for full price. Those developers deserve your money. And listen, it's so anti-consumer for me to say this, right? But I do genuinely believe it. It always bums me out a little bit to some degree that Nintendo never puts their games really on sale, right?
Yeah.
Like a game of $60 is going to be $60 the entire generation for the most part. Right? You'll see like little, Amazon deals here or there or something like that. But then Sony is like, God of War comes out for $60, and then like a year and a half later, it's $20, right? And I'm like, it just feels like it devalues the game somehow, right? And it's great for consumers, but it's like, why the fuck would anybody buy a game at launch ever if it's just going to go on sale for 1/3 the price, or just that will be the retail price, right? In a year and a half. And so like, I totally understand that people don't buy, these big AAA, quadruple A games at launch because they know it's going to be cheap in a year. And so when it comes to these small developers who actually need your money, unlike Sony, right? Who actually, need every single purchase to survive. I'm like, just buy Genotype and just buy Compound at full price. I know it's hard now because then you're like, man, I've waited 2 years to buy these games, and if you waited this long, that next month it's going to go on sale after you buy it. I get that, right? But like, these are developers that deserve your money, and I think every purchase counts with these smaller teams.
See, this is such a funny thing, Brian, because I completely agree with you. And as someone who works with Bulwark, who did Genotype and Surviving Mars, I think I can say this. Basically, there is a sale coming. So it's on the one hand, I'm like,
I take it all back. Don't buy anything.
Yeah, no. But it is. But I also, I wouldn't feel comfortable staying here with this and being like, why did Myles keep a hush hush? Like, and by the way, to be honest, nothing is completely finalized. I assume it's going to be on all platforms, but I know that there is a Genotype Surviving Mars bundle planned. So, and what I would say to anyone, like, if you haven't got those games yet and you do see that bundle come out, do support Bulwark. They're great. I mean, they're on the PSVR2 day. They're both really great games, Surviving Mars and Genotype. So yeah,
that's really funny, man. Really
but if
funny.
you can get it full price, but I couldn't live with myself because all I can imagine is that we go on the sale and they're like, well, Myles was awfully quiet when Brian was giving that talk. But yeah.
The VR Resistance in the chat says that's a silly argument, Brian. That's like saying, why would you buy a 4090 GPU now when you can buy it at $500 5 years from now? No, it's the same argument. You're right. It sounds silly to people like you or me who want to stay on top of every single fucking game that comes out and stay on top of the latest cutting edge technology. But you guys remember my former co-host Dez? Before I recruited him for Without Parole, he was always an entire generation behind. He was always he was playing PlayStation 3 games when the rest of us were playing PlayStation 4 games and buying games for $20, $10, $5 that launched at 60 or 50 or 40, right? And so it's a complete change in mindset when you say, well, I don't need to buy this stuff day one. I can my hobby can be insanely cheap if I just stay 5 years behind everybody else. And so you are making an excellent point, VR Resistance. If you're willing to change your mindset, people complain about the cost of games so much, but it's under your control. You don't have to be at the forefront of every single game. You don't have to be on the latest generation of consoles, right? I really respect that because, you know, it's not gaming can get really expensive. So however you have to do it, you know, to make it a viable hobby for yourself. That's how I look at it, at least. We're going to tackle a few more tips here, Myles. Oh, what do you got?
Before we do, I need to buy this game actually for my Let's Play. Throw Your Phone into the Ocean is $2.50, so I'll be buying that.
Okay, can we issue a warning on that one? Is that okay? Do you mind
what's the
okay.
I don't know anything about it.
Okay, I have played it for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I have yet to throw a phone into the ocean. But even worse, Myles, is
worse than that.
That it's teleport only, as far as I know, and even just standing still in this game will make you sick. There's something about the way that when you turn your head, the world kind of turns or something. I don't understand it, but it feels terrible to exist in this game. It does. I don't know what it is. Usually it's like, you know, usually it's the locomotion, usually it's the acceleration, usually it's these kind of things, or, you know, when people use acceleration with the smooth turning, there's a bunch of things that can trigger motion sickness. But in this game, it's just existing in the world. It's awful. Wow. Yeah. So good luck with that.
You're telling me the 3.2 stars it's got out of 5 on the store is too high.
How many people did it take for that to get that rating?
10.
Okay. So the developer and at least 5 or 6 of his friends chimed in, so that
actually, let me have a look at the
star.
breakdown. Well, 40% gave it 5 stars. Brian, are you calling that 40? Are you calling those 4 people liars or developers or both?
Yes.
Okay,
that's hilarious.
Maybe I won't. I don't know. It's funny in these situations. Like maybe I'll reach out to the dev for a key, but also I'm just. This is the problem. Also, I'm not saying this game is shovelware. I don't know. Brian can tell me.
I don't think it is.
Okay. The most of the games that you end up, if you're covering all games that you end up paying for, are the shovelware games because they're uncontactable. So you're like, all right, I'm gonna have to bite the bullet. It's a $10 game that's clearly gonna be regrettable. Yeah. Shame on it.
All right, Myles, let's tackle a few more of these tips before we get into our 2026 conversation. Where's it going? We got 5th. Welcome to Level 2 membership. Thank you so much for helping out the channel. James Wolf, thank you so much for helping out the channel with the Level 1 membership. Hugo, the Game Cat boss. Whoa. Wait.
Whoa.
Does that mean you're my boss?
Who's boss?
Mona. Mona's the boss.
By the way, that's a thing in the UK. Is especially like when you're at gas stations and that, like people go, "You're right, boss." And the first time I heard it, I was like, no, "I'm not your boss. I don't work here." But it's just like a way of like saying "dude" in the UK. They just go, "You're right, boss." Totally new for me. Did you not have that in the States?
I've heard it. We definitely have it in the States. Okay. I've always anytime I've ever heard somebody say it though, I always think that they're really douchey when they say it. And it seems very disrespectful, right? It's been in a everything okay, boss. You know, it's like go fuck yourself.
Okay, interesting. Yeah.
There's not a lot of sincerity.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. I get that.
Okay. Anyway, Hugo, our boss, says I'm on it.
Yeah, sorry, you're not a douche.
Thank you so much. Yeah, you're not a douche. That's
You're the good kind. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, he's not calling us boss, right? He is the boss.
He's the boss.
Fuck you, Tony Danza. Virgotronics with the Australian $8 says, I've been watching you for a long time. It's not much, but I really value your input, bro. Cheers from Australia. Would have been way funnier if it was I really value your input, boss. It would have been
Boss.
just clearly the funniest thing anyone could have said. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that you're here and that you're supporting the channel. You guys are the best. Dead Ringer with the $2 says, maybe do an exclusive Patreon member live stream. Yeah, again, like it feels like anytime I should do a live stream, it should be something that like it should. The answer is I would love to, and I really hope that like when January rolls around and I'm not spending every single waking second, doing stuff for the channel proper, that I can reward the Patreon subscribers and just like we talked about before, like the live streams, for playing a game. Doesn't have to be like a new game. It doesn't have to be a first impression live stream. It can just be like, I just wanted to fucking play this game and spend some time with you guys. And I think that would be great. And also, I'll just sitting here shooting the shit and flapping my gums. And, we've done AMA live streams before where it's just me and sitting here, GAMESCAST style, and just answering your questions. We'll do that too. But I got to figure it out, man. Right now I feel like life is just chaotic, and I can only tackle like one day at a time. I'm like putting out fires, like what needs to be done today, and that's as far as I can get today. But yes, let's revisit this topic early next year when things settle down a little bit. Kill Artist 1. Wait, 1 second. There it is. Yep. Kill Artist 1. The Dreamweaver Game Cat with the $5 tip. Says, I missed the last show, so I just doubled my Patreon from $5 to $10. Best money spent. And you just tipped $5. Thank you so much. And
hero. Not all heroes wear capes. But buy yourself a cape.
I was going to say, I think Kill Artist does wear a cape, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah. Awesome. Not all artists wear capes, but Kill Artist wears cape. No. That doesn't make any sense. Nope.
No, it does.
Improv group needs some work. Comic book guy with the 5 quid. It says, hi, with the latest delay for Grand Theft Auto 6, just imagine if they added VR support for it, although we all know that isn't happening anytime soon. Bro, I gotta say, for somebody who just, has only a passing interest in flat screen games lately, I thought this was huge news. When Grand Theft Auto 6 got delayed. Because all I could picture was every single game studio who's releasing a game is going, we based our entire release schedule around not releasing near Grand Theft Auto. I guarantee you there were hundreds of studios scrambling to figure out what the fuck they were going to do because of this new information. I thought it's crazy how much pull Rockstar has, right? How much influence they have over what every other studio is doing at all times.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I would love a VR mode for Grand Theft Auto 6. I often say on this channel, no one game would cause people to would really move the needle that much for PSVR2. No one game, right, would never like double or triple or quadruple our sales. I think Grand Theft Auto 6 would. So I'm lying. One game could do it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Dorito22, welcome to Level 1 membership. Thanks for the support. I love
Doritos.
Yeah, Cool Ranch.
Oh, yeah, Cool Ranch. I do like the tangy cheese Doritos. They're pretty banging.
Sorry, what kind?
Are they not called tangy cheese?
I mean, maybe. I haven't had a Dorito in like a decade.
Dorito flavors. Let's have a look. They do. They have Heat Wave, don't they? Heat Wave. Yeah, tangy cheese. It is tangy cheese in the UK. Yeah. And then they used to do the like the roulette, like heat ones, where like one in so many is like extra hot. So it's like a bit of a, oh, what one am I going to get? Oh, it's a bit spicy. This one is like, oh my god, my head's gonna come off, kind of thing. But yeah, tangy cheese.
Okay, I'm just gonna have to trust you. No Man is an Island with the Australian $5 tip says, love your work, Brian. That's all. Oh, thank you. That's all.
That's all. That's all. Nice though. It's nice.
The VR Resistance with the level 1 membership says, Myles, talk to Saber Interactive about Road Kings. What's Road Kings?
Road Kings.
Nope. We're gonna look it up.
Oh, okay.
Should I look it up? Should we both look it up? What's happening? Sorry, sirens on my end.
Okay. Let's see what the flat screen did on the PlayStation Store. It is... Oh, it's announced. Okay. Okay.
Wait. So wait, is this just like a big rig truck driving simulator game?
I guess so, yeah.
Okay.
Drive a 40-ton semi-hauling cargo across coastal plains of the American South, managing multiple jobs, trailers, and routes, or as you say, routes.
I mean, it depends on the day. I say routes and routes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Don't you tell me.
Don't you how you do your English? Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Here it is. Let's check out Road Kings, just for the heck of it. While we're going through tips, we can watch the Road Kings trailer while we read through tips. Mike Anderson with the $5 says, we running some campfire simulator after GAMESCAST? AKA Rush VR. Or I think I got worse at Rush.
Oh god, yeah. No, me too. Right? Me too. Yeah.
Like the more I played, the more I ended up like smashing into the very first rock and then just having to sit at the campfire at the very end, waiting for everyone else to finish. And then he's like, okay, well, that's when you pull up a chair and just like, flip through your phone or something.
They should give you some marshmallows to put on the campfire at least. That'd be nice.
It's a really interactive place to hang out, right? I mean, like whether you're on the plane heading to the drop site or whether you're at the campfire at the end. They give you a lot of stuff to do with the little Nerf guns and the cans of soda, but as we are, wow, lots of sirens. As we are, we always want more, and that's how I am. That's how I am when I play Rush. I'm like, oh man, we get to the very end, and you're sitting at the campfire, and you're just waiting for everybody to show up, and like there's a Jeep. You're like, why can't I drive the Jeep around? There's a helicopter. You're like, why can't I fly the helicopter? And like, go fuck with the people who are still flying, who are still racing. It's never enough, Myles. Never enough. Nope.
Never enough.
I have no idea. I got to be honest, Mike. I gotta get PSVR this week done after GamesCast. I'm getting close to the end of it, but it's still gonna be another hour or two, I think, after GamesCast till I get that done. So I don't think I'm playing any Rush tonight.
Yep. But I got the gym in 8 hours, so I should probably go to bed after this. I might jump on for 1 or 2.
Yeah, 1 or 2, you say. 1 or 2.
I know.
Yep. That's not happening. You're going to be like, well, I'm going to be at the gym in 2 hours, so I might as well just stay up.
Oh, no. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Too bad.
All right. Old Dart says, is joining with friends in multiplayer in Rush better? Only playing with randos works for me. Is joining with friends for multiplayer in Rush better? So I was having problems with that because apparently I have too many friends on my friends list. This is the second or third time this has ever happened to me since starting, since starting the channel. Something is wrong, like when you have too many friends on your friends list and it doesn't work. But Cussman demonstrated how it works in our Discord, and that seems like the way we're going to do it on Saturday. Because it seems to work out way better that way. You have more control over the races, and you don't have to like keep backing out and re-entering the lobby to try to find random people. So, yeah, friends is the way to go, apparently. All right, Myles. We don't need to make this a massive segment on the show, but I did think it would be fun to kind of take ourselves out of this chaos, the middle of the chaos that we're in right now, all these game releases, and look at what's going on next year. Now, I have a lot of questions about this year still.
Mm-hmm.
This year is Like, I guess we have to assume certain things to have this conversation about 2026. Like, we have to assume that Trenches is probably going to come out this year still, right? We should assume that Zero Caliber is going to come out this year. We should assume that Made of Scare VR is going to come out this month because they only ever gave us a November release window. We're also going to assume that Aces of Thunder, considering that it's dropped on Steam, will also drop this year on PSVR2. And I think, I don't know why, but like I really do think that Cold VR is still coming this year too. And that's a lot of games with nebulous floating release windows to still be dropping in the middle of all this chaos. But I just wanted to address that. I wanted to address it.
Yeah, go for it.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, you reminded me of another game that's not come out, which I do think will be into next year now.
Ooh, what's that?
Slender Man.
Yeah, that's another one. I threw that on the 2026 list because honestly, the crazy thing about Slender is that it was supposed to come out at the end of last year, and the fact that it didn't, and then we got through March and April and May this year. We're like, well, obviously they're going to save it for October now, right? Why not release it when it makes sense? But then it didn't come out in October either. So yeah. So my guess is that's going to be 2026. Just a guess. I don't have any inside knowledge on this. So here we go. Here's a list of the games that I think are coming out in 2026. And that's with the assumption that all the games I listed are already coming out this year, some point. We know that Rager is going to come out Q1 2026. That was just announced this week. That was the release window that was given, correct? Rager Q1 2026, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Right. And then we also know that Detective VR is, when it was announced for PSVR2, they said spring 2026. So it is pretty cool that we've actually gotten like trailers and official words from people saying, hey, this game 2026, right? Because a lot of this is assumptions. And I don't know, do you want to tackle the flat to VR stuff? Because
sure.
I mean, because I can, but I feel like it would sound more official coming from you.
Well, I'd rather you did, because then I'm not going to trip on anything.
All right. Okay. So there are things that that seemingly have slipped out of the 2025 release window, and we're going to go with Out of Sight VR.
Yeah.
Right. Because I know that was featured in the PlayStation VR2 day, but there was no specific information given.
No, just that we would talk more about it next year. I mean, look, although we haven't given an official launch, like, obviously our intention is for it to come out next year. It's just that we juggle a lot of different projects with our team and stuff, and ultimately we don't want to release stuff unless it's ready. And look, in my mind, and I don't know exactly the workings in terms of the devs, because they're working on so many awesome projects, like RoboQuest is such a big focus point. But yeah, when it comes to Out of Sight VR, for me, I was like hoping it'd be a Halloween title, and having just missed that now, it would feel weird to push for it now. And on the one hand, and again, this I had no idea about when the timeline is for it currently, because that's all been worked out with Flat to VR. But a part of me thinks if it did come out, let's say next Halloween, that might seem like, oh, that's a year away. But when you just see how quickly time goes and how many games are, might end up being a cool VR game for next year. But yeah, 2026 for sure is hopefully going to be it.
And yes, Rookie says Behemoth DLC. I think whatever we've gotten from Behemoth is the last we're going to get from Behemoth. A perky PSVR2 Gamecast says Aces still claims this year, right? Yep. And I do fully expect that to drop just fucking randomly at some point. Cookie Pie needs a sequel, please. Greatest username ever. Says Postal from Flat to VR when? I've got that on my list for 2026. Just saying.
Yeah.
Assuming.
Again, I actually don't know in terms of that, but
Right.
you were talking about Grand Theft Auto, right? This was just something I was thinking about earlier with about the delay. Do you think, and just to be absolutely clear, I'm not saying that this is what we're pushing for. I
Right.
think it would be very ambitious because getting it on this side of Grand Theft Auto in November. But do you think, like, I was thinking out loud that having Postal 2 VR come out just before Grand Theft Auto 6, it probably would benefit because there would be people playing Grand Theft Auto or see Grand Theft Auto come out who are VR players and being like, oh yeah, but there's no VR mode. And then the conversation might be like, oh yeah, but there's Postal 2 VR. And I'm not saying it's the same as Grand Theft Auto, but I kind of think it would scratch that itch for people that perhaps are caught up in the hype of Grand Theft Auto but aren't able to play it in VR. But yeah.
No.
You don't think so at all?
Not even in the slightest. Like, I mean, no. I honestly think that that Postal is, I mean, the announcement of it caught fire. People are really into it. The Kickstarter killed it, right?
Yeah.
But all of that is operating on nostalgia, and I think it's going to be really fun and silly. But to me, it's not something that like is something to be taken like super seriously, right? It's like, it's goofy, and you'll be like, oh, this is this ridiculous game I'm going to get to play in VR, which makes it even more ridiculous. Like, especially when you're taking a piss or something, right? And does it scratch the same itch? I don't know, man. I would say no.
I would say that perspective is probably how I felt when I first heard we were working on it. But knowing Team Beef and like knowing they're not just like remastering it or bring it to VR, they're like looking at ways of improving so many aspects of the game. I think it's going to find a whole new audience. But I don't know, to be honest. It's going to be interesting to see. But yeah, all right, that's an interesting one.
All right. DJ Low with the DJ Low 995 says the big question is, where's I Am Cat? Bro, so I Am Cat was supposed to be out in January, right? Yeah. This January it's supposed to be out, and it's still not. It's still not out. And anytime I've ever contacted them, they go, "It's still in development. It's still happening." And we'll let you know. They don't want to hear from me. They definitely don't want to hear from me. They're like, just keep an eye on our socials. And I'm like, no, I'd rather bother you personally because I need to know when the fuck this game is coming out. No, and so I do think listen, it's had a store listing forever. It's been in development for a really long time. So I think it's coming. I think it's still coming. But it's just not. It just took them way longer to get the port done, I think, than they expected. Or, it's so interesting talking to you, Myles, and Wes, and everybody from Flat to VR, and hearing about how sometimes you got to change your focus and like work on this other game or this other platform or whatever it is, right? And the I Am Cat people have their hands in a lot of or have a lot of irons in the fire, and so I can only imagine that they've kind of bouncing back and forth between a lot of different things. But I will tell you, I think I Am Cat looks good, unironically good, and I can't wait to play it. So I think this is going to be 2026, no problem. Probably, with any luck, early. Rachel, the Janky Game Cat says, where's Ghost Town? I think I told you guys on Wednesday that I talked briefly to Barry Mead, the CEO of Fireproof. And I was just like, hey, just checking in on the port. And he said, port's coming along great. And I said, awesome. I hope it's not coming out in November. I was like, because it's just we're just too busy. I was like, hopefully you guys can carve a time out for yourself in January or February, right? Get a whole week or 2 weeks to yourself. And he said, very respectfully, he said, thank you for your feedback, right? Mm-hmm. I obviously nothing I say is going to affect anything, but in my head that is a 2026 game now, but probably very early 2026. Prozac said, flat out. I mean, can we vaguely 2026, right? I mean, there's not much more to say about that.
I genuinely don't know. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, there's no way it's coming out this year. Just like Wrath, like Out of Sight, right? And so, with any luck, I mean, this gameplay footage that you guys shared a while back just looks incredible. The in-game car footage, right? Just absolutely chaotic, frantic, fast paced. I mean, this looks incredible. So really looking forward to this one. But yeah, let's just pretend 2026, even though we don't have a specific release window. Omega Pilot Evolution from our friends over at Zocus got pushed out of November or December, whenever it was supposed to come out, and is now an early 2026 game. What's your read on lo-fi?
Oh man, I don't even know what the latest is with lo-fi. Yeah, I have my list of PSVR2 games, and there's always ones that are announced I end up deleting off the list because I'm like, yeah, it's not. But I've still got lo-fi on there. Have we had any updates in terms of?
Only on Blair Renaud's like Patreon, and occasionally he tweets about things. And yeah, as far as I know, he's and I didn't read this personally. This was told to me while I was working, and so I haven't actually read this myself. But it sounds like he's looking for like some kind of angel investor, like somebody who just like can really help him get across the finish line. Right? Is all this work put into this game, and seems like it's so close to being done, and he's just out of money. He needs more money. I thought he had teamed up with a studio that he was going to be like this creative director on, and they were going to work on a bunch of different projects together. And I don't know what happened with that. That might still be a thing, but I don't know. So it sounds like it's. Listen, I think I don't know if this is the PSVR2 trailer that I'm showing. Sirens on my end. But if it is, I swear that it ends with like a release window of like end of 2023 or end of 2024 or something like that, which feels silly now, right? But it just goes to show you that like this project was in full force development and was nearly done. Yeah. Oh, here, wishlist now on PSVR 2, coming when it's done, 2023.
Wow.
That's the slogan at the end of this trailer.
And they're still set on that, yeah? Okay.
Yeah. Any day now. Yeah.
I mean, look, a year, yeah. I know what it's like when you got to wait a whole year for a game to come out. It seems like forever, but like when you're on the production side of it, a year is really not a long time at all.
Right.
It's amazing how quickly that time comes around. So the years can slip away pretty quick.
Yeah, we're knocking things off here left and right. Virtual Hunter was supposed to come out this year, and that got pushed into next year. I'm not a hunter in the slightest, but the multiplayer on this just seems like it'd be really fun to get in there and like hunt with a couple of your buddies. And I don't know, like seems pretty simple, but I'm down. But yeah, I'm thinking that's 2026. Oh no, I'm not even thinking that's 2026. It officially got delayed into 2026. Let's do something that's big and confirmed for next year. I think we all know what that is. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is crazy. This was obviously the biggest reveal we've had in a while. I would say that this is as big or bigger than the Hitman announcement. And knowing that this is coming next year for VR is going to be, I mean, just absolutely incredible. This is, yeah. Yep. I mean, and also, like, I mean, for so many reasons, it's not just, oh, we're getting this big game in VR, right? We're also in this brand new era where, you know, we're just getting fucking Xbox games on PlayStation, right? It feels so weird. It feels so weird to see Gears of War. Right? It feels so weird to see this. So that's awesome. And then the VR support is just amazing. Oh man, Halo VR would be incredible. So, you know, so listen, this is one of these marquee titles for 2026. And I got to say that if we get this and Resident Evil Requiem, right? I'm doing my best right now to not bring up games that we don't know if they're coming or not, right? If they're even getting a VR mode. But man, if we got Requiem and Flight Simulator 2024 next year, it would just be, I mean, that's kind of all the AAA I need for the year. You know, I would obviously like more, but this is pretty fucking great. Yeah. Do you have anything you want to shout out for next year? Anything that you're waiting for? Because I've got a couple more titles here.
No, I'll let you keep going. Lake again.
All right.
By the way, this Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024,
Yeah.
I assume they got rid of the date and they just called it Flight Simulator because they update it every year. So is that just they released that and they've just kept calling it Flight Simulator 2024 and they just keep building on it?
Yeah, I honestly don't know the answer to that.
Yeah.
We are getting 2024.
That's what I mean. But I think that is the one. That was the one that came out, obviously in 2024. But my point is that they never released a 2025. I don't think. I think they just kept adding to it.
Got you.
Which is an interesting way of doing it. Instead of dropping the date, you think they would have done it and gone, this is effectively a live service game, kind of like, we're just gonna. This is the definitive version of Microsoft Flight Simulator. But
yeah, I agree. That would make more sense rather than being like, hey, we're trying to sell you a game from 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still very confused about Five Nights at Freddy's: Secret of the Mimic. Right? They dropped VR support before launch. They promised it was still coming, and then it didn't come out in October, which again just seemed like such a natural release window for it. And then here we are, November, still no release date. My guess is that it's 2026 now, which is fine, right? Another big marquee title for next year, and this is it seems like a much bigger game than Help Wanted 1 or 2.
Yeah.
I've got a couple more here on the list, but they're all smaller titles, and I want to make sure that we talk about one in particular that I feel like it doesn't matter what day of the week it is. Somebody is always asking about Bloody Hell Hotel. Somebody's always asking about it, right? And because we've been talking about this game for like years, it got announced as getting official PSVR2 support at some point, and but the flat screen game still isn't out. So fortunately, these guys, I think they're called Unfold Games or Untold Games.
That's
Unfold
it.
Games.
Unfold Games. Yeah.
Yeah. Over on their Discord, they're very active and they keep people up to date with everything. And they're very, very reluctant to set a release date that they don't know if they can meet or not. But they did promise us recently that the flat screen game, is coming out in 2026 at some point. They don't even want to say what quarter or what half. 2026. I was like, all right, cool. And they said then they'll start work on the VR mode. So I think, Myles, we have our first potential 2027 game right here. So the best thing I think everyone can do is like just forget about this, right? Pretend like it doesn't exist. And and then maybe we'll be talking about this game again this time next year for PSVR 2. But it looks awesome. I mean, it looks so fucking cool about managing a hotel and having like a dungeon crawler in order to go get supplies. And I mean, it feels like everything I could possibly want in a game. All right. I've also got like Katana Red Flowers here, Umami Grove, Already Dead, and Project Louisiana, the Bounds VR, which is I think coming out on Steam this year, and then PSVR 2 next year. And I got to say, man, when I started putting this list together, and I'm sure I missed plenty, I was like, oh, we're going to have like 4 or 5 titles that are already planned for next year. But the answer is like next year's already kind of packed. A lot of good titles. A lot of these seem
What about Wolverine VR?
Yeah. 2045. All right, boy, we got some tips we got to get caught up on here, Myles.
Oh, what about Titan Isles?
Yes, yeah, for real. See, I knew I was going to miss games. Titan Isles looks good.
No, I was just having a think. Fine, that's going to be a 2026, surely.
It is.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think SciTech Games. I think they've already announced that. Yeah.
And then another one.
Good. Oh, this is great. What else you got?
This was on the PlayStation blog when Dreams of Another was announced and Grit and Valor. Forgive me if you've mentioned this in the conversation so far. Meteora, did you mention that?
I did not mention it. That's another one that's been
Meteora,
floating around for a
that
while.
was,
Like,
yeah,
where is it?
They said that was coming out 2026.
It is.
Yeah, for me, those are the three main ones. Meteora, it was Titan Isles and Flight Simulator. Yeah.
Checking the chat just to see if anybody else threw out some good ones that we missed. Because I'm sure there's like 10 more. That,
Yeah.
You know, or games that like just sort of fell off the radar. There's so many games that we were told, like Shadows on the Wall. There's a game called Shadows on the Wall by Bowl of Tentacles. We've never seen a single screenshot. Never seen any gameplay footage. And we'd have no idea what happened to it. Like, but Bowl of Tentacles is still kicking. They just co-developed something recently. And so, like, there's all these games that sort of fell off the radar that I guarantee you are just going to pop up out of nowhere sometime next year. Old Dar says, when's Demio Cross Dungeons and Dragons due? I think that's the 20th. I feel like 5 games are dropping on the 20th this month. So yeah, we're like literally less than 2 weeks from Demio Cross Dungeons and Dragons. Game Cato with the Australian $5 says 2026 we'll see the amazing mountain biking game. Remember this from Deficit Games?
Oh yeah,
the ones who did the VR Skater, and then they talked about how much more accessible the mountain biking game. He says which I will be helping invest in. That's awesome because I know they were looking for help. Oh man, what the hell was that called? Oh, you know what? I think I don't know if they've ever said publicly what they were considering the game to be called.
Oh really? Okay. Isn't it just mountain biking VR? I was just looking on this Upload VR article of upcoming Omega Pilot Evolution.
Yeah, I did mention that one on the list. That one was supposed to come out, I think, in November or December, and it got pushed into
February.
next
year.
Yeah, February. Nice.
Then there's Detective VR.
Yep, I brought that one up too.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I think it's what they say, spring 2026 for Detective VR. Yep. Where's this list that you got going on here?
I was just looking on. I was just searching on like Upload VR. Okay. They had a page of upcoming.
Nice.
Archer Virtual Realms. Ascent Quest.
Oh, Ascent Quest. Is that the MMO?
Yeah.
Or the RPG.
Dude, what was the one that was coming to PSVR2? It was called Town something. Was it called Town something? It was like an RPG where you build your own with friends. Oh man. It never came out, but I was kind of looking forward to it. It was like right at the start of PSVR2. I thought, I can't think of what it was called. Someone in the chat will know from my really poor description.
Looper says, what about Numata?
Yeah, Numata, man. Oh, Jesus, man.
Yep. So it's not off the table, but I would honestly forget about it at this point. I think they were so Perp and God, why can I not remember the studio name of it's like a single person dev studio. They just want to make the flat screen game as good as they can make it, and yeah, and right now I just don't think they think it's ready for VR support. So this could, so Numata could be a 2026 game, right? Maybe if they keep giving the flat screen game the love it needs, maybe we could see a VR version then.
Someone in the chat, Township Tales, I think that might have been it. Oh, did we not mention this because it was recently a Mobile Suit Gundam Silver Phantom, because that was recently announced?
So I think that is I bet that's this year.
Okay.
Yeah,
nice.
my bet would be that's December, but that's just a guess. The developers were on Reddit this week, and they were saying we're going to have a release date for you very soon. I was like, okay. Tommy, good call. Memoriam is probably going to be next year too. So hopefully Memoriam sold well on PC and Quest, and as long as right. Unfortunately, I think too many studios go, well, if it sells well on Quest and PC, then we'll bring it to PSVR2, right? But the developers have been saying that that's on their roadmap. PSVR2 is on their roadmap.
Hmm.
All right. Oh, what was that VR Kiwi game? Echoes of Time, Echoes of something. I don't know. Oh, right. Thank you. We just talked about it recently. Sunstone of Time, I think it's called. That's also another official 2026 game. Sunstone, is that it? Sunstone of Time. What a terrible name. Yeah, that's what it's called. Jesus. Okay.
I hope the game's better than the name.
I'm just looking through the chat because I know people have all sorts of great stuff. Yeah, Siberia VR could definitely be a PSVR2 title. Right now, it's just a Quest title.
Gorn might be coming out at some point.
Yeah, I wouldn't hold your breath on that.
Yeah.
There was somebody else said something in the chat that I thought was a good shout, but fuck. Somebody said something that I was like, oh yeah, good call, and then I don't know what it was. All right, we may just have to move on. But somebody had a good shout, and I can't find what it was. Nicola says, "Light no fire." That's so good. That's the hope. That's definitely the hope. I think light no. If we got light no fire next year in VR, if we got new Microsoft Flight Simulator, we got Resident Evil 9 Requiem. What an amazing year! Could be an amazing year. Right now, we're just speculating. All right. Comic book guy with the 5 quiz says, any idea why the new Moss game isn't coming to PSVR 2? And oh, by the way, Myles, both The Last of Us games are great, as I mentioned before. Okay, well, hold on. We'll take the first part first. Glassbreakers is coming to PSVR 2.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been announced many times, and they've reminded us many times that it's coming. Whatever they're doing with, I'm assuming with this release, I'm guessing that it's coming out on Steam or Quest or something. Just it'll hit us later. That's unless they changed their plans and didn't tell us. As far as I know, Glassbreaker is still coming to PSVR 2. Also, man, I hope it's good because I just don't care. Right?
I'm not. Yeah.
Right. But I've never played a bad polyart game. So my guess is that they are going to make me care about something that right now I don't care about. We'll see how that goes. Okay, and why is he telling you both Last of Us games are great?
And by the way, Myles, both Last of Us games are great, as I mentioned before. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I love both of them. Yeah. So no, I agree.
Good. Now let's get those fuckers in VR. Jesus.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Man, Fifth has all sorts of shit going on here. Fifth in 1972 with the Australian $2 tip says Boxing Underdog, Golf Plus, Grimlord, Hard Bullet. A lot of stuff still
Golf
coming.
Plus.
Right?
Yep. Is Golf Plus coming to PSVR 2? I thought they weren't.
I don't know.
I'd love it too. A proper golf game would be great.
I know the Golf 5 is coming. And that seems like a proper golf game. Yep. Grimlord's going to be great. Grimlord was supposed to be out by now. I don't know what happened. They were supposed to be out last year at this time. No, don't know what happened, but it's supposedly all this is still coming. And Boxing Underdog should be great. Really do want to do some one-on-one fist fighting. Oh wait, no, they changed that. It was supposed to be bare knuckle fighting, and then it became an actual boxing game.
Oh yeah.
I forgot about that. Yeah, okay. Comic book guy with a 5 quid says, I think I have asked before, maybe, but how many games use hand tracking now? All right, I'm going to forget about one. But Masters of Light.
Waltz. Masters of Light. Waltz the Wizard.
Okay. Maestro.
3. Those are the 3 I know.
There's another one. Crap. There's another one, isn't there? Somebody in the chat.
Vacation Simulator, supposedly. Nah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's those. I think it's those. I think it's those 3.
Yeah, Waltz of the Wizard, Maestro, and Masters of Light. Master of Light.
Just Hoops didn't use it. No.
Just Hoops isn't out. But
Oh, sorry, no, that was it. Yeah,
but they.
Sorry, I'm getting
did
confused with Blacktop. Is it Blacktop? What's the one?
Blacktop Hoops. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think you're right though. I think Just Hoops is going to use it.
I knew that. I knew there was a basketball game, and I was getting confused between the names. But maybe I've accidentally said the one that was planning. Yeah.
Which at this point, must be a 2026 game. Just Hoops. Right?
Yeah. Maybe
They kept saying they were like, oh, it's gonna run at 140 hertz native or something like that, and we're like, wait, what? And they're like, it's coming out soon on PSVR2, and I was like, how 140 hertz? What? But yeah, Rypop saying Chess Club. Does Chess Club really use hand tracking? Oh, I think
interesting.
I think I tried hand tracking with Chess Club. Oh my god, why is my brain so fried? I played Chess Club, and if I played Chess Club, then I tried it with hand tracking. I don't remember how that worked out.
Yes, it did.
Okay, thank you, Rye. That's 4. Yes, Looper says that Detective VR game is going to support it too.
Yeah.
Yep. Look at that. What a team effort. Thanks, Cats. You guys are the best.
Go team.
Whew. All right. Speaking of go, let's do a 4-minute challenge so we can go.
I know the game. I got a game, Brian.
Excellent. All right. Well, you guys know how this works. Let's play a little 4-minute challenge. Myles is thinking of a PSVR 1 or PSVR 2 game. It's up to us to figure out what game that is. We only have 4 minutes, but an infinite number of yes or no questions asked during that time. So make sure you ask good questions in the chat. And then, based on the answers we get, suggest good games that it might be.
I'm sending it to you, Brian, mentally, and to the chat. Okay, I've just sent it. You should know it. You should know it now.
All right. Surprisingly, when I closed my eyes, I did something flashed in my head, and
cool. Let's hope it's the right game.
Yeah, I mean it's not out yet, but I don't know, we'll see how it goes.
It's not even a game.
Right. It was just a picture of a pogo stick. Oh my god! All right, on my mark, get Des. Go. Is it on PSVR 1? Got nothing.
No.
Is it a PSVR 2 exclusive?
No.
Is it scary?
No.
Is it? Do you shoot guns?
You shooting it?
You don't shoot guns. You shoot something else.
Yeah.
You shoot arrows.
No.
Shoot magic.
No.
You shoot. Okay. We'll figure that out. Does your vehicle shoot?
Yeah.
You're in a vehicle.
Yeah.
Okay.
These are the ones that give the games away. Yeah.
Right.
Because of the unnecessary nuances.
Yeah. Is there multiplayer?
Why are they struggling on such a simple question? Yeah.
Is there multiplayer?
No.
Okay. Did we mention on today's show?
No.
Okay, it's not Gaslers. Does it? Do you have full locomotion? Can you run wherever you want to?
Yeah.
Okay. No multiplayer and no horror.
No.
Okay. We didn't talk about it on today's show.
No.
Damn. Is it out in space?
No. I would say it's in other worlds. Like, but it's on. Oh man, I'm gonna give it away if I say.
Is it a roguelite?
No.
Is it cartoony? Oh my god. I'm gonna win through disqualification of you.
Yeah, you are. It's stylized.
Yeah, it can't be Grit and Valor. We mentioned that on today's show. Are there mech games on PSVR 2? Are you in a mech?
No.
Okay. And there's no multiplayer, so it can't be Galaxy Kart. You guys are doing okay though. Can't be Ghost Signal. That's definitely out in space, right? No Man's Sky is definitely out in space. Like, man, you guys are nope. The chat's not on the same page with me. Has this developer made other PSVR 2 games or PSVR 1 games?
No.
Okay. Did it come out this year?
Yes.
Okay, we're narrowing it down. Do you play as a human?
No. Yeah, you do.
Yes, you do. Okay, so there goes Arcanage. Yeah, what kind of vehicle is the question? Fuck. I'm gonna go with Old Dark. Is it based on an existing IP?
No.
So many questions. You're shooting as some kind of vehicle. Like, I'm guessing. I don't know. You know what?
I'm gonna get hated for this.
You know what? I would love to take a few extra seconds here or whatever, but I think I've got to. I feel like we've got enough information, and we didn't get there. So please, Myles, reveal what the game is.
It's Iron God.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
You are the ship that's in your right hand.
Yep.
So you are floating around. It's kind of third person, but you are a human on it. And when you said it's space, I thought if I say it's outer space, it's going to be confusing. You're on other planets. Because I was going to say you're on other worlds, but I thought that was going to be too obvious. So yeah, Iron God.
Yep. Yeah. Somebody in the chat asked if it was like real-time strategy. I should have gone deeper into the genre thing. I should have been like asking if it was real-time strategy or tower defense, that kind of stuff. I think we would have gotten there with that line of questioning.
And someone says you do shoot guns. If I said shoot guns, I think you'd have been taken off track because you would have thought like,
yeah, literally
guns in your hands and stuff like that. You're shooting like turrets and stuff, you know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's not. It sounds like maybe they were easy questions to answer, but they weren't. Yeah.
I'm happy to say I butchered it, but
no. Listen, I don't think I would have gotten any game today. I was 100% relying on the chat, and the chat let me down.
Dude, I actually completed the main campaign this week on Iron Guard. It is, man. Although I found I think you and I were talking in the week that like 23, I think was the number. Around there, there's a midpoint where it's really, really difficult.
Yeah,
but
it does seem like there's spikes here and there, right? And if you get past those difficult sections, you kind of have an easy go at it for a couple more levels. Yeah. Interesting. I just checked the PlayStation Store on Iron Guard. It's got 109 ratings, mostly very positive, 4.63 stars, but like 6% of people gave it a 1-star review. Like, what? Why would you ever give this a 1-star review?
I feel like that's people that maybe, I don't know, it's a real-time strategy. It literally says it's... Do you know what it is, though? I think it's because... I mean, I'm looking at the description. It's like a real... It says it's in the spirit of classic. It does say tower defense.
It is.
Because that is the thing. It does look like a real-time strategy, but it's not. It is a tower defense game. But it just has that Command and Conquer feeling to it. But
absolutely, and like I said, if I'd gone down that line of questioning and tried to get the genre down, I think we could have gotten there, but I didn't. Want to give a shout out? We should start doing this every week. We should be shouting people out from our community who post reviews on the PlayStation Store, just like Nihilist Ryan did. Give it 5 stars and said, yes, it's tower defense, but it's done so well. Good job, Nihilist Ryan. This is what we need to be doing. We need to be rating the games that we love, and I think this was a fantastic game, and I can't wait for the follow up, Iron Guard Salvation, which is coming to PSVR 2 as well. And I guess, Miles, it's coming in 2026. I can only assume.
Oh yeah, that's true. Actually, yeah, there we go. That's a nice one to think about. Yeah, I want to go for the platinum trophy on this. I'm actually pretty close, and anyone in the chat who's got it. One of them is because you know that in the game when you're shooting your ship and there's other ships that come towards you. One of the trophies is you got to destroy 5 of those ships with 1 bullet. Because when you do the charge shot, it can take a cluster. I don't know how you're supposed to do that, man. How you get them clustered like that, but yeah.
All right, you guys. This has been a nice long show on a relatively quiet news day, I got to say. So thank you everybody for being here and hanging out with us while we shot the shit. And again, I appreciate everybody who came out and support over on patreon.com/withoutparolegames. Like I said, we do need a whole lot more of you to support us over there. Thank you to everyone who does. You guys are amazing. Thank you everyone who supports us in your own way, whether it's by being a member over here or tipping during the show. We appreciate all of that. You're keeping the lights on. There's one light left. It's getting dimmer. But no, you guys are fucking awesome. And again, come join our Discord. Be part of this awesome community. All the cats are amazing, so welcoming, so awesome. I just love waking up and like checking in on the conversations that happened while I was sleeping. It's just an amazing community. And of course, make sure you come play with us this Saturday and Sunday when we play Rush and VRacer Hoverbike. It's going to be great. So whether you support us financially or you're just part of this awesome community, or you sit back, watch the show, don't say a goddamn word. We know you're out there, and we love you just as much. Here it is, you guys. Your clip of the week, courtesy of GameCado. Let's go.
So you have.
Why are my hands so tiny? Why are my hands so tiny?
That's weird.
Are your hands normal?
Wow.
I got these little tiny hands.
Man, such a random bug in Rush VR, Miles, Rush Apex, where you have these tiny little hands, but only for like one race or something, and then the very next time you play, I've just never seen them again. But it's
Dude,
so ridiculous. Yeah.
First time I logged into the game, I had the massive hands, and it was hilarious. I was like,
I've never seen the massive
what?
hands.
And I never had them again. And I thought that's a cool feature. I thought it
not
was
a
like
bug, it's a
an
feature.
introductory thing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Amazing, man. I gotta tell you, before the show, I wasn't super optimistic about 2026, but now I'm like ridiculously excited about 2026. I feel like we got a lot to look forward to. Some really good stuff on the way. It's good. Cool. All right, you guys.
My favorite feature on Apex.
We're gonna have to explain that to people at some point. All right.
No, never explain it. Never explain it.
All right. Have a great weekend, everybody. We love you all. I'm gonna get to work on PSVR this week. Hopefully, I'll have that done in just a couple hours. Good night, everybody. Meow.
Good night.